Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about how to set up an LLC in Indonesia. Okay, an LLC is called Perseroan Terbatas, or PT for short, in Indonesia, and it's one of the business legal structures in addition to limited partnerships, general partnerships, and cooperatives in Indonesia. A PT is a legal entity in that the owners or shareholders are generally not personally liable for any debts incurred by the PT or most business-related lawsuits. So a PT has legal rights and responsibilities like biological persons. Basically, to become a legal entity, a PT has to have a deed of establishment that's been ratified by the Ministry of Law and Human Rights. And after the ratification, you can obtain the licenses to operate your PT. And the deed of establishment is done with a local notary. Okay, so what do you need to know before you go to a notary office? Before you meet a notary, prepare at least 3 names for the PT. Okay, now each name has 3 words in the Indonesian language. And I'm talking about a local PT here. I'm not talking about a foreign-owned PT, which I'm going to talk about in another video. I say 3 because you want to anticipate in case there's a name that's been taken by another PT, right? And bring the ID cards and taxpayer identification number cards of the founders or shareholders and the director and commissioner. And the shareholders can be persons and legal entities. So 2 PTs can set up a new PT. Now, a PT is established based on an agreement, so they have to be at least 2 founding shareholders, right? And appoint the director and commissioner. You have to appoint at least 1 director and 1 commissioner before you go to a notary office, right? And regarding the capital, it used to be that the minimum authorized capital or modal dasar was 50 million rupees, but since 2016, the authorized capital is no longer determined. So it can be less than 50 million rupees depending on the agreement of the founders. And important to note that at least 25% of the authorized capital must be fully placed and deposited to the PT. And they're called modal dasar, modal ditempatkan dan modal disetor, not modal dasar. And after that, the notary will register the deed of establishment with the Ministry of Law and Human Rights. And the ministry will ratify the deed of establishment. And on the exact day of the ratification, your PT has officially become a legal entity. And only then can you obtain other licenses. And there are 2 main licenses, 2 main types of licenses in Indonesia: general licenses and special licenses. General licenses are the licenses that every PT has to have regardless of what business they are in. There are taxpayer identification number or NPWP that you obtain from a local tax office, and single business number or NIB, a domicile letter, and business trade license, or we call it SIUP here. Usually the notary also provides a service to obtain the licenses. Now, the special licenses depend on what business you are in. For example, if you are in mining business, you'll need to obtain a mining license, or we call it IUP, and so on, and other licenses. And that's all from me in this video. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something. Bye-bye.